CCTV footage shows two hooded and masked men entered Jyotis Dairy on Mount Albert Road and, in a frenzied attack, rained blow after blow on the terrified shopkeeper. There was only one customer in the shop at the time, a neighbour and friend of the family who'd popped in to say hi to the owner, Jyotis, and his wife. Checkpoint managed to speak to him after he'd been released from hospital. He didn't want to be identified.
I could see one or two people came in. Then I said, hello, because they were looking at me. Just on the door, I stepped from here where I was standing. Same time he gave me a blow with a hammer. Then I realized, then the other lady, that lady said, run, run. You have been attacked.
He ran into the back of the shop to the owner's living quarters. He couldn't see the rest of the attack, but he could hear it.
Two of them just jumped inside and then attacked that lady. They kept on hitting.
Despite the activation of the fog cannon, the offenders weren't deterred.
I could hear the lady yelling, leave me, please, leave me, take anything you want, take it away, but leave me.
They left after about 30 seconds, making off with tobacco and cash. Blood was all over the shop floor and gushing out of the shopkeeper's head.
Then I saw bleeding. All the face was blood.
Fortunately, the man was not badly hurt, which he says was thanks to his thick beanie. But he's been left with multiple bumps and bruises and is still in pain.
They give me here,
Yeah.
here, and then I got one here on my hand.
And he's clearly been left badly shaken by what happened.
I'm scared and not happy. I've been living here 22 years. This is the first time it happened to me.
This morning, Jyotis' wife and the customer that was injured in the attack have both returned home from hospital. Jyotis' wife has 7 stitches in her head and the couple have been left extremely traumatised. Dairy and Business Owners Group Chairman Sunny Kaushal visited the shopkeeper's family this morning. He says they've run the dairy for the last 15 years and are well known in the community.
2 offenders, they came and they attacked the women. So it's very serious, it's very barbaric.
He says the incident makes it clear that fog cannons are not the only answer, and in some instances, they do more harm than good.
It is a big issue. It has covered the CCTV and it has also masked the offenders, so you cannot identify them. So fog cannons also have ill effects.
The incident took place less than 2 kilometres away from last year's fatal attack, where dairy worker Janak Patel was stabbed at the Rose Cottage Dairy on Sandringham Road. Many local businesses have experienced armed robberies.
Big weapon he have. Yeah, he jump on the counter, he take the cigarette, he tried to take my tell machine, but we already fit it in here.
Some fear coming to work every day.
I've been here in New Zealand around 20 years and it's never been like this before. We feel like very unsafe.
Sandringham Business Association chairperson Jitin Chittiboma is reaching the end of his tether due to the number of incidents like this.
The word frustrating doesn't cut it anymore, it's beyond frustrating. So I have to check my vocabulary now. So it shouldn't be happening. It's almost 2 years. We've been warning the government about it.
He says police officers he's spoken to feel similarly helpless to stop the crime.
There's nothing more they can do with the resources they've got at the moment. So I can't complain when it comes to the police. They're equally frustrated with, especially when it comes to youth crime. And I haven't heard of any significant announcement when it comes to, changes in legislation or a framework of how we're going to tackle this.
Police Minister Ginny Anderson declined to talk to Checkpoint. She released a statement calling the offending abhorrent and says the government will continue to resource police so they can catch those responsible and hold them to account.